Hey all. Hey, if you were going to compile a list of songs that that you can play on an acoustic guitar that would impress people who don't play the guitar, this one is probably on the list because it sounds so complicated, but it really is not. So we're going to go through it in little bits. Good stuff to work on, because there's the hammer-on, pull-off stuff that is the trademark of Jimmy Page guitar playing. And you know, there's a single note run in the middle, some chord stuff. So good one to work on, just as an exercise, even if you never have occasion to whip it out at a campfire. Good luck finding someone to sing it. It starts in G, and it's got this little. So that sounds like there's so much going on. There really is not when you break it down into pieces. And if you're just new to this and you have never played this one and you're learning it, coming to grips with the song, just practice this a little bit. We're going to go through this. We're just going to do that. So it starts with on the G string, 0, 2, 0. Pluck it once. The second one is D, 4, 0. And again, before you move on from this, just do this. Right? And then open G string into a G chord. And once you got that down, we'll go to the next part. Starts out the same as the other one. So 0, 2 on G, back to an open G string. 4, 0 or 4, 2, 0 on the G string. Open D string into a D chord. Is so on 0, 2 on both A and D, just those two strings, and then ends with, and that is actually pluck 3 times on the D string at 2. So let's do the whole thing slow. That's where we are, and now. So it starts off just like you did at the beginning, except goes into a C chord. Instead of to a G string, you go. Now that's a C, which is really this C. Which C, except the B string's covered at the 3rd fret. The second one is a G. But you know, on these chords, you don't really play the high A string. It's like a G, except you don't play the low note. This next one is like a B flat, except the G string is open, which really makes the chord. Don't do the high A string like I just did. And don't do the low E string like I just did. So it goes from that B flat version of it to a C version of it, again with the G string open. C suspended the B string. And I think it's hammered on. Repeats the whole thing, the 12th string comes in. So this part's different. Instead of climbing down, it doesn't do that, it goes again, C with the suspend at the 3rd fret on the B. To a G. Low note on the G, 0 2 0 on A. Same thing on the D string. So on the D you go off. When it goes into the vocal, it does that little lick. When he's doing it, you got the love I need, maybe more than enough. That part. You got the love I need. I can't sing it the same. More than enough. So that's here at G to a D, really. So it's. So you're like if you were barring a G, you just want keep the D string open, G at 4, B at 2. The weird thing is if you watch and listen to live versions, he doesn't do the high. It doesn't sound like he's doing the high E string. In fact, you could see him on his fingerings. He doesn't do it. He just does. So he takes the B, G at 4, B at 3, suspend up the G string 1 fret. And then he goes open D string, G and B at 7. You don't get that high, although in the harmonic of that, you almost hear it. Isn't that weird? Oh, you got so much. Right, we're at that part. Take your D, bring it all the way up here to A. What is that? 12, 10, 11, 10, 9. And back down here to G. Now, and on the studio recording, it sounds like. Dum ba ba da 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 bum ba da da ba ba da 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 da. But there's a little subtle thing there, and you can really hear in the live version. Not sure if he's doing it on the studio one. I suspect he is. But he goes. He does that little thing. It's like doing that, except he's doing. Watch the live versions when you can see with his thumb he does that. It's actually not hard to hit. It's like that. And then G, D, D, A, G to A. I usually just do it as a G5. You can do a full G. A. I like you're doing that thing. Do the D string up too on your boogie woogie. Now you get into the middle sort of jam part, and I'll tell you, if I was doing it like at an open mic night, I'd probably do. I'd do F sharp 7 to A to E. But it sounds like what he's actually doing, the guitar's doing, is the little. You want the hardest part of the song? This is the hardest part of the song. So it's. You do D, G, B. There's B in there, but it's mostly D, G. But those three at 11, 9. And then. And when you watch live versions of him doing it, you can see he really does. He has to get up to that other fret. So it's. You do 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 4, 2, and then it ends on A and D at 4. I used to do it at. I liked it at. Do 5 instead of 6. But people on the channel pointed out, no, it's 6, so I'm going with 6. The people have spoken. And then the second half is 4, 2, 4. These are turned into a 7th chord by putting the G string up 1 fret. It's like an A without the A string. D, G, B at 2, and then. When he does it live, he'd go. He finishes it up and does a full 7. This little riff lick part is a lot easier to do on an electric guitar than an acoustic guitar, but so be it. Now when you do I'm just going to go through that little run coming out of it. On the low E string it's 2-6. On the A string a 4-7. D string is 4-8. G string is 6. B string is 5-7. And then on the high E string is 6, 9, 12, 14. E 2-6. A 4-7. Wait. Then on D string 4-8. Then G 6. B is 5-7. E is 6, 9, 12, 14. And then it comes out of it back into this. Very end. Right. Low G note, E at 3. Sorry, it's the A string at 2 and the D string at 2. So it alternates between G and D on that same lick. And then the outro on the studio one is that little, sounds like some kind of, I read once, Jimmy explained how they did it. It sounds like a keyboard doing that part. But on the live ones, he would do the, right then, same C suspend, same chord you would have done earlier, except you just arpeggiate to that G, same chord, and then this one's the same. Same, and then he would have done, sorry. So that's D at 12, G at 14, into a B string at 12. Like that. But I'd probably do it. That's a quick down and dirty lesson of all the parts, and again, one that you'll like if you go into a guitar shop and want to check out a decent acoustic guitar. This is one that you run through to make sure it sounds okay. In fact, I ran through it on the Guild, the D55, trying to decide which guitar would be best for it. Just didn't work on that one. It sounds to me like Jimmy used his D28 for the studio recording of it. That just screams of Martin tone to me, especially an early 70s Martin D28. Good luck.